Ihle Ngema from QuickTrade. Welcome to our technical analysis webinar. Sorry that we could not do the webinar this past Saturday. We had some issues with our systems, and yesterday again we had some minor issues with our technology. But I mean, we've since managed to sort that problem out. So going forward, we shouldn't have any issues that will prevent us from conducting our webinars. Guys, please indicate to me if you can hear me by typing a message saying either yes or no. Good afternoon, Andre. Good afternoon, Daniel. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Gregory Baloi. Gregory, can you hear me? Are you good? Greg, can you hear me? Okay. I think you can hear me. Okay, Andre, Daniel, guys, please tell me, have you guys benefited anything out of these webinars? Is there anything that you understand better now that you did not understand maybe that well in the past? Is there anything that you still think that is outstanding that you still need to get more understanding of? Okay, Kevin, I will proceed. I just wanted to see if Daniel is gonna finish typing his message before I carry on, so that we don't leave him behind. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, no, I get it, Daniel. I get it. It's okay. Okay. Let's look at a trade setup that we set out yesterday. Yesterday we sent out a buy on the euro US dollar. Well, I mean, yeah, it was yesterday. We sent out a buy on the euro US dollar yesterday, and we hit our take profit target. And currently, the market has just pulled back a bit. But I mean, the main thing that I want to highlight to you, the reasons why we went into that trade, we went. Oh, okay, thanks, Craig. We went into the trade because we were trading above the moving average here on the monthly. It was looking positive. It made sense for us to go into the trade. Now let's check how the daily time frame looks on it. The daily time frame, it was yesterday. No, man, was it yesterday? I can't remember if it was yesterday that we went into this trade. Okay. No, I think it was it. I think it was on. I think we went in. We sent out the message. I think on this one on Friday. I think we sent it on Friday. Friday we sent one. Let's check. Yeah, it was Friday. On Friday, we sent it out on Friday, and it went up. It hit our target, and we are out of that position. Some are still in that trade, but I mean the reasons why we had to go into that trade, guys. Here we're above our moving average. Here it came down a bit. We saw this before it happened. We saw that there was a falling trend line. I can show you guys the trend line I'm referring to. We actually wanted to go in on this trade here, but I mean we're like, there's a falling trend line here. The price may still come down. So when we got this on the 23rd, the close above the moving average there, we knew that it was time for us to jump in and take the trade, and we took advantage of that. We made some money out of that trade. So that's the stuff that I'm trying to show you guys. It had come off support here, so that also was a good thing. The trade that we are still stuck in, let me show you, is the Euro GBP. We're still stuck in that trade, but we are making money on it. These are the things that you guys, I think you should look at every time you get a trade idea, either from us or from anyone. Just things that you need to check. Okay, let's do the monthly. Okay. This is the monthly time frame. The monthly time frame, we spoke about this one. Check those monthly bars there. These are monthly bars. This was October 2017, November, December 2017, Jan, Feb, March. This is March. Well, I mean, we have this horizontal line here at the bottom. We have that line, and the market or the Euro GBP hasn't closed below 0.87641 since October last year. So it makes sense for us to go in and take advantage of that every time the price comes down towards those levels, because we know that it hasn't happened in the past. And the area at the top there, we're looking at 0.89 triple naught, or 0.89 at the top. That's where I think we could get to in the new month of April. We are not in April yet, but I mean during the month of April, I think there's a good chance that we could get to 0.89 or 0.89 triple naught. I think we could get there, because I mean the euro has actually been doing a little bit better against the British pound over the past couple of days. So I think there's a good chance that we're going to have that happening. Now let's check the daily, see how the daily looks. I was just giving you the bigger time, the bigger time frame there, and picture that I see. Okay, check here. Well, when we hit. Okay, don't have enough data. Okay. What? Okay, we will use this turning point here. This one. We'll use this turning point. The market went down here on the 24th of January this year, and it picked up from there, started moving higher. So I am going to use that. So, well, let me tell you what we were anticipating here. We were anticipating the market to make a reversal around this area already, where we have our horizontal line drawn. So we were waiting for the market to hit that area and start moving higher. That was on the 22nd of March. 22nd of March, the market got there, it hit that area and started moving higher. This is when we suggested that people should come in and take a long trade on the a long trade on the euro Japanese, sorry, the euro British pound, and the market started moving higher. We were trading below our moving average, obviously, but the moving average is not the main thing in the market. The main thing really is your key support and resistance areas. Once the market is trading at your resistance area, you know that this is the time maybe for you to go in and take a short or to go in and take a buy. So in this instance here, we were expecting the market to bounce, and we had a nice bullish reversal here. The market started moving higher, and currently we are trading above our moving average, although we haven't ended the trading session yet. The trading session is going to end later tonight, so we expect to see a bit of a follow through on the euro GBP. We expect to see the prices finally getting to 0.8900 or 0.89 triple naught that I mentioned earlier. So that's what I'm looking at there. Really, I think the price is going to improve going forward, but I mean we'll see where we end the session today. That was the trade on the euro GBP. Now, did any one of you take this trade? Okay, it's fine, Andre. We'll address your TBS issue there. Did anyone of you take this trade, the euro GBP? Oh, Daniel did. Oh, okay. Well done, Daniel. I think you'll make some money on this trade because it agrees with everything that we always look out for on our trades. We look for support, we look for resistance, we look for the trend line. Like here, there is a trend line that we can draw here on this one. You see, we had this. You see, we had this falling trend line here. If we close, okay, let me highlight my line here. There's this falling trend line, and today it looks like we are breaking out of it, but I mean obviously we'll see at the end of the trading session. If by the end of the trading session we're still trading like that, there's a good chance we're going up to this 0.89 I was talking about. Okay, if anyone doesn't have any more questions on the euro GBP, let's have a look at TBS for Andre. Okay, let's start from the bottom here. This is the monthly time frame, Andre. Let's start from the bottom here in 2011. That's where I want us to start drawing our trend line. Okay, this is our trend line on TBS. Let me try and make it thicker. Guys, please hold on for me. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I just had to uh, push up my aircon a bit here. It was getting actually very cold. Okay, this is I mean, the rising trend line that we have here on TBS. It's been around since 2011. You can see here, this was in this is in March. The lowest point that the price got down to that got to in March was three. What is that level there? It's 340.52. It's 340.52. That's the lowest point, and from there the price started moving higher. So I think we have a lot of support in terms of the trend line around 340 or 341. I think that's a good area to look out for if you are interested in trading this share. Another thing to note is that right now it looks like we're going to end the month of March trading below our moving average. I think we're going to trade below the moving average. But I mean, it doesn't mean that this market is going to decline just like that. I think we're still gonna maybe move down to touch our trend line and then move higher from there. That's what I think is going to happen here. In terms of horizontal support, we have some horizontal support here on TBS around 366. I don't know, Andre, can you see that one? This is how you draw your support. You use your turning points. This is what I always say. Every time when you see a turning point in a chart, ask yourself, why is the market turning every time it gets there? So it turned here in 2014. This was 2014 December. It turned here in 2017. It was June, and now we are here. It's March. So I don't know whether the price is going to stay above here or is going to try and come down to our 340 level there before moving higher. I don't know what's going to happen, but I mean, this is our support that we have currently on TBS. Let's check how the daily looks. We now know that our support is around 366 in terms of the horizontal line, and 340, 341 in terms of the trend line. I don't know what was the call on this one, Andre. What was the call on it? Was it a buy or a sell? A sell. What was it? Okay. Oh, okay. It was a buy. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Mm. Uh, Guys, I do not really like this one as a buy, to be quite honest. I do not really like it as a buy yet. I understand that every time it comes down to 366, because my support here on this is around 366. But I mean, I got that support using the monthly chart, guys. It's important that you use monthly charts also to get these levels. Another one that we can draw, maybe here we can draw this one. Let me see, another one around 345. Okay, these are the turning points I'm going to mark. I'll mark this one. This was back in 2015 November, and this one was in 2016 June. So these are the three levels I'm looking at really on this one. My first support, according to where the price is currently trading, it's 366. It's at 366, and the next one is at 359 or 360, and another one around 345. I think 345 is well, I mean 345 to 341. I think it's a good one, but when going long on this one currently, I wouldn't take the chance. I understand that we are trading above our moving average, we're trading above our support here around 366. No, I don't like it as a long. I wouldn't really take it. Andre, I know that that's not the question you're asking, but I mean, that's what I'm looking at right now. I do not think that this thing is going to climb much higher from these levels. I think that we may see the price maybe crossing below the moving average, coming down a bit. The target I'm looking at, well, is 340, 341. Before maybe we can enter and take a long. Around 340, 341, I may go in and take a long there, but not at current levels. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Hi, Mtatileli, how's it? Andre, are you happy? Are you happy with the way that we drew our trend line using the monthly? Or are you happy with the daily one where we got those support and resistance lines? I'm good. I'm good. Mtatileli, I'm good. Thank you so much for asking. Hush. But guys, you see, if you take a weekly time frame, you get a different picture there. This picture is a little bit different. It's a little bit different here. Okay, I want us to focus more on this bar here, on this bar on TBS. This is the week of the 19th of last week. The market tried to come down here, and there was a lot of buying pressure. The price shot up, and we closed at we closed at 367 or to the levels where we are currently trading right now. I don't know. We need to see the follow through here for us to really confirm that there is some serious buying happening here. But I think the right areas to buy, I think they are around maybe 346 to 340. 346 to 340 are the good levels to buy this one. Tiger Brands. Okay, guys. Any other stock or stocks that you want us to have a look at and look at different things that you guys may want to check out? Okay, Gert, we'll have a look at APN. Okay, let's first have a look at the monthly time frame. Uh, guys, you see, Aspen is a little bit confusing to me, but I think I like it as a long. I think I've said this so many times before that anywhere around 240, I think Aspen is a buy to me because I mean Aspen has some nice support between I mean 240 and 230. So around those levels, I think Aspen is actually a buy. The only issue that I have is with the RSI, sorry, the moving average here. My moving average it's still capping my gains here. It's saying that I should still remain long. But I mean, in terms of support and resistance, I think support is a winner here. Support is making Aspen look very, very attractive, more especially to people that would want to come in and participate on this one as long-term players. If you want to keep it maybe for, I mean, 1 to 2 years, I think that you can actually, or more, you can actually do very well on Aspen if you're buying it around, if you're buying it around 240. 240, 250. If we ignore the moving average there, let's move to a shorter time frame. Shorter time frame is still saying no, we cannot buy because we're still trading below our moving average. We are, but I mean on this one you can see that 250 is good support. You can actually buy 250 on it, although the weekly hasn't really confirmed that this is a buy. Mm, 250 to 80. Yeah, 250 is good support on Aspen, but you must be very careful because it's trading between 250 and 280. If it leaves 250, well, I mean, you can expect it to go up and hit 280. I don't know whether that is going to happen this time or not, but I mean, 280 is the best level if you want to trade this one with 250 as your support. But you must understand that there is 240 also. But I mean, if you have a stop loss that's wide enough on this one and you want to keep it maybe for 2 to 3 years, you can actually make a lot of money on Aspen. For me, I think that Aspen is definitely gonna do well going forward. Okay, let's have a look at MTN. I want to show you something on MTN. MTN was promising to me, but now it's starting to give me another picture that I do not really understand. You see, it looks like MTN is going to close below its moving average at the end of this month. This month ends, I think, in 2 days. In 2 days' time, there is Wednesday and Thursday. Then March is over. So if we close like this on MTN, I think MTN may come down to 112, 110. Those are the levels that I'm looking at on MTN. If we get a negative close to the month of March, I think we may have the price coming down to 112, 110 before reversing and moving higher. Okay. Okay, well, this is what I'm looking at. You see, in around November 2017, the stock went up to trade at 134.95 or 135. It came back down to 110, 111. It went back up to 136, 139, and it bounced, and sellers stepped in and pushed the price lower. So what I think is going to happen now is that we're going to have the price of MTN coming off a bit, because you see all the moving averages that we are using, they favor the downside. They favor the market coming down. So I think that we are definitely gonna come down maybe towards 111, 110 there. 110, 111, then maybe that's when people can start buying MTN again. For now, it just doesn't look good to me. I do not know what is going on with MTN. Group, write a message. Okay, I'll write a message. It's fine. Let's check. What's your margin on MTN? Can we put MTN here? Margin required on MTN. I don't know if you guys can see it. This is the margin required on MTN. It's 20%. The margin required on MTN is 20%. That's what you need to put down to participate on MTN. Okay, guys, do you have any other questions? Do you have any live examples you want us to go through? Guys, this is for you. You must engage me here. You must ask me questions so that I can answer you. Well, Euro GBP we've looked at. Gert, I don't know if that was before you joined us, but I mean we've looked at that one. Well, I mean, Euro GBP is still looking positive. It looks like we are stuck in this tight range. We said that we think the price should reach 0.89, 0.89 thousand there at the top, or 0.8900. That's where we expect the price of the Euro GBP to go up to eventually. And we looked at our support. We have our support here. You see this turning point here. This was our support that we were eyeing. We were looking at very closely. It hit that support and started moving higher. It gave us this bearish pullback here, and the price currently is trading above the moving average. It's trading above the moving average within the area. Well, I mean, not within the support area, but I mean within. Well, it's in the middle of the band, so we think that it's still going to move higher. To the top part of the band, and we have this thick blue falling trend line here. This thick blue falling trend line indicates it indicates strength or momentum, whether the price has managed to break above the moving average or not. Currently, we have managed to break above the moving average, and the price looks likely to shoot higher going forward. Don't know how long it will take it for it to like move sharply higher. We may have to wait a day or two before we see that. But I mean, the euro US dollar, the euro Japanese pound is looking good for those that are long. Trailing stop. I do not have a trailing stop, or I do not use a trailing stop. Andre, I do not use a trailing stop. The reason why I do not use the trailing stop is because before I go into any trade, I do proper analysis and I study the trade. If I see that I need to put my stop loss outside of the support area, that's what I will do. If it's at the resistance area, I'll make sure that when I put my stop, I put my stop beyond that resistance. So moving it, I think it doesn't really mean much. What you can do, maybe you can use your moving average to check whether the market is good or bad. I think that's what you can do. Yeah, that's what we have. So Nwabiso, don't you have any questions, big guy? I'm not pushing you to have a question, but I'm just asking if you don't have any questions. No, I haven't covered SHP, Sonobi, so let's check if we can get something out of ShopRite. We had a look at ShopRite this morning. We had a look at this one. Okay. Okay. I'm looking at the previous month's close and open. Sure, this one is in an uptrend, but currently it's it's under a bit of pressure. But I mean around closer to 250, closer to 250. I think you can buy this one closer to 250. But let's check how our weekly looks. Okay, I think yeah, closer to 250. Maybe yeah, you can take a chance and buy some here. Although I cannot rule out the fact that if we get a negative close below 250, if we get a close below 250, maybe at the end of the week, or we get the close below the simple moving average very soon on a weekly time frame, there's a good chance that it could come down to 230, 225. 230, 225 we may come down there unless if this market decides to push higher over the next few days. If it does that, then there's a good chance that we're going to see the prices moving higher and not coming down. But the way I'm looking at it now, I'm not happy with the way this market looks. This market doesn't look it doesn't look too nice to me, man. It looks like we're going to have another drop in this market. It looks like we're going to have another drop in this market. Let's look at the S&P 500, the US 500 that we always refer to when looking at global markets. Okay, that thick blue line there is your is your trend line on the S&P 500. So Nabi, so I understand exactly where you're coming from there, my brother. This one is not an easy share to analyze, and Shoprite has been doing very well over the past couple of years. It's a good business. So deciding to go short on Shoprite is not an easy it's not an easy thing to do. But right now, it doesn't look like it's still gonna move much higher. At least, I mean, at the moment, it looks like we may have a bit of a pullback before shooting higher. What I have there now is the S&P 500. I'm saying the S&P 500. Last week, it broke below its moving average here. It broke below its moving average. Sorry, not its moving average, man. It broke below the moving average plus the trend line. And what's happening right now is that this market is busy testing its trend line around 2673, 2674. And if it fails to break above the trend line, we could see this market coming back down to maybe 2540, 2540 maybe from where we are. We could actually do more than okay, let me see. We could actually do more than 100 points there on the S&P coming off. And when that happens, I mean, it won't just be the US going down. Our markets are also going to be going down at the same time. Okay. Okay. Our markets are going to be going down together with the US markets. Okay, let's do this on the daily. It's a little bit different. Yeah, that's how it looks on the daily. But let's hope that this plays out. We'll see maybe this market coming off a bit so that we can get better prices in the market, more especially those that want to invest for the long term. Well, I mean, we have support, some support around 2,590 on the S&P 500. I don't know whether the market is still going to come back to test that 2,590 before breaking lower or not. We'll just wait and see. Let me check if I cannot get maybe a stock like maybe Amazon or oh, this one. Let me see. The data is not so clear here. Data is not so clear. The price of this share is not looking very good. I'm not going to analyze it. I won't analyze it. I'll leave it like this. It's not good. I don't like it. Okay, guys. That's. I think that's it. We're just going to I mean, have a look at this and see what the market does going forward. Because I mean, we are going into the long weekend. I don't think that there are many people out there who are willing to commit their hard-earned cash for the long weekend. Because I mean, anything can happen between now and Monday. So. I think if you guys don't have any more stocks, we are going to end our session here. And on Thursday is our last session for the month of March. Andre, once you've traded, you have a position. You have a position going, you have a position happening. There's no need for you to worry about that position. That position will only close when you either hit your stop loss or you take profit. If you hit your stop loss, you're going to stop out at a small risk. If you hit a take profit, you'll stop out at a uh, if it's a loss, you'll take a bit of a loss. If it's profit, you'll take profit. Then your position is going to close. And most of and those two are GTC. Those two are GTC. So there is nothing that you can do there to change them. They are GTC. Well, Greg, I don't know what. Okay, Andre, are you happy with the answer that I've just given you now first before I move on to Greg here? Did I answer you? If it's an order, Andre, it means that you have not traded yet. That is just an order that you've submitted to the market, and you're waiting for the price to come back to your desired level. If the price doesn't come to your desired level at the end of the trading session, you are going to lose that order in your order book. It's going to be taken off. You'd need to replace it tomorrow morning, or you'd need to put in another one. Oh, if it's already filled, then don't worry about it. Just leave it. It's a trade. It's going to carry on. No one's gonna close it. No one will close it. It's okay. No one will close it. Okay. I want us to try and have a look at the crypto. I don't know what Greg was referring to. I think he was referring to Bitcoin. I think it's Bitcoin Greg was referring to. Let's check this. Okay, Gregory. On the monthly time frame, there isn't much happening there. Let's check the weekly. I cannot really advise on Bitcoin, guys, by law, because I don't even understand what's going on here on Bitcoin, guys. But I mean, if you check the weekly, Bitcoin is trading below the moving average there. Let us see if we cannot get some key support resistance levels there. Sure. This one looks like it may still come down towards 7,000. 7,000. If 7,000 does hold, I think that the next support that we have is around 5,982 or 6,000 there somewhere. That's where I think we have our support here on this one. Let's do the daily. Yeah, we're checking the daily. The daily is showing that we are below the simple moving average also. So 7,325, 7,000 looks likely, and the next level, like I said, 5,982 or 6,000. uh, I don't like Gregory. Let me come clean. I don't like I'm in cryptos. I don't like cryptos. So it's not really my cup of tea really. But I mean, to me, it looks like we're still gonna get to 6,000 on this one. Looking at it technically, first level we're looking at is 7,300 and 7,300, 7,000. If that one fails, I think we're coming back down to 6,000, maybe around 6,000. Around 6,000, yes, I would mind going in and buying some, but right now, I wouldn't go in like right away. So that's my answer there for you, Gregory. Okay, let's say in your analysis you can prepare your reserve for later in the day, but the current trend is too volatile. Stop loss on your trade. The stop loss is very important, Tsunami, so you should always have your stop loss in all your trades. You should always have your stop loss. You cannot trade without a stop loss, but I mean, your stop loss has to be reasonable enough to allow the price to fluctuate. Should be reasonable enough to allow your price to fluctuate. I don't know what you're referring to here. Let's check what's going on. Mm. Okay, I'm just looking at the Euro USD there. It looks like, oh, sorry, the Euro ZAR. It looks like the rand is actually, well, I mean, stronger than the euro at the moment. Well, I mean, I'm looking at the price maybe coming back down to maybe 14.20 or so. I don't know. I just thought maybe I should just have a look at it. Okay, guys, if you don't have any more questions, I think we are going to end our trading training session here. If you have more questions, please send me an email. You know my email address is sihle@quicktrade.co.za, or you can just jot them down. Make sure that when we have our next session tomorrow, you are there to present or ask those questions that you may have. Guys, thank you very much for attending our technical analysis webinar today. That's it. Thank you so much. Bye bye.